All right, welcome. We are live here in San Francisco at the RSA conference. I'm here with James Winebrenner, who is the CEO of Felicity. Good to meet you.
Great to be here,
How are
Mike.
you, man? How's your RSA going?
It's going very well. It's been super busy, and we were lucky enough to have our customer advisory board meeting in Sausalito on Saturday and Sunday. So we got an early start.
Early start.
So it feels like it's Thursday, but it's going well.
It's only Tuesday. All right, so I want to talk about kind of the heart of the business around zero trust, micro-segmentation. A lot of things that companies are thinking about. Just tell me a little bit about how your company helps with these implementations. There's some complexity out there that a lot of enterprises are dealing with.
No, and we are 100% focused on trying to reduce that complexity. I think everybody understands the importance from a hygiene perspective of a move away from implicit trust towards least privilege, towards explicit trust policies. The challenge has been to be able to have those controls in place. The legacy way of doing this, where I have to rip up the network, carve the network up into zones, put legacy firewalls in, creates tremendous operational complexity. And in a lot of the environments that our customers are dealing with, whether that's manufacturing plants or clinical healthcare settings, they just frankly can't take the change controls required to go and do that. So we've been looking at how do we deliver that level of granular control that's based on the identity, based on the risks that are really present in those devices. We're going to do that in a way that is far simpler to deploy.
Trust is really hard to cybersecurity. It's enterprise is struggling for 20 years.
Absolutely, and trust is something that is based not just on one data point. It's based on the identity of the users and devices and workloads. It's based on the context around that. It's based on the different attributes that we see in different systems that exist in these organizations, and being able to make a comprehensive trust-based decision and then enforce policy around that. That's been the challenge. If I have 90% accuracy in one system, that's just not enough, because we need to be able to understand all of those dynamics. So bringing all those things together, whether that's data directly from Clarity XCode or from Metagate, around the device profiles, what's running in my environment, what the risks are, bringing data around users from Active Directory, bringing data in from my CMDB about what is an asset that I really own versus an asset that just happens to look like one that I own that's running on the network. Having a comprehensive view of all those attributes and then being able to make a policy decision on that instantaneously in the network is where we're going.
So I hear complexity and everything that goes with it. I hear a very expanded attack surface. So how, in your opinion, does trust and segmentation help kind of rein that in?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very simple concept that people tend to think about as reducing the blast radius, right? It's not if I'm going to have an event, it's when I have an event, what is the impact? And our customers think about this, at a scale of maybe a pharmaceutical manufacturer that has 75 different manufacturing sites around the world. It's bad enough to have an event happen in one. How do I contain that, and keep that from spreading to the rest of the production environment? And we're looking at being able to leverage software-defined technologies to not only go in and say, hey, we're going to lose production in an entire plant, but how do we actually start to isolate the individual production lines or the zones so that we're limiting the blast radius even further? So by kind of carving the network up into those zones and then having the appropriate policies applied, it's not a matter of if something will happen. It's a matter of being able to make sure we have confidence we can contain that when it does.
Is there a certain level of maturity a company needs to be at to be able to kind of absorb this new program?
That's a great question. I think one of the things that we've really focused on is trying to deliver this capability with an understanding of meeting customers where they are today, versus assuming that they can go out and, as an example, do a full network refresh or again build all new production lines. And so, from a maturity perspective, it's really more organizational maturity for the network and the security teams to be able to work together on having the conversations around what those least privileged access policies need to look like, which is really a business logic conversation tied back to the identity and the context of those systems, and then the network team working with the security team on being able to extend the software-defined control plane into that environment, and then really make it easier for them to do network lifecycle management and optimize the network.
Yep. So I know that you guys recently had a funding round. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions and concerns from your customers. How is that going to help you kind of address some of those issues?
It's a great question, and actually, the round was announced last week. We were thrilled to have Insight Partners lead our Series B. We raised $37 million. And Steve Ward from Insight is joining our board. Steve was previously the CISO from Home Depot and TIA before that, and then 15 years in the U.S. Secret Service working to fight the dark web. So, we're very, very excited to be taking that next step. And the feedback we've had from customers already has been fantastic. They're excited to see us with such a strong partner that has a track record of building enduring companies in cybersecurity. I think we were very, very lucky to have early design partner customers and early customers that really made a bet on our platform and our architecture, but understanding that there was some risk, as there always is with early stage startups, that if we got acquired by somebody else, the roadmap could be unclear, etc. And this really allows us to put all of that behind us and demonstrate not only the runway that we need for the next couple of years, but a partner that clearly has the resources to continue to invest as we grow.
Great. Exciting times.
It is.
Great. Well, thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you so much. Have a great RSA, Mike.